Just have to think of questions.
Perfect. So Lowri, that is you. So the rest of us will take a perk and a quirk card, and you have to try and guess what our perk and a quirk are. You've got 3 questions that you can ask each of us. Shall we make it 4 for the first round because Lowri hasn't played before?
Yeah.
Right, we'll make it 4. So Lowri gets 4 questions, and then at the end of those 4 questions, once we've all given our answers, she'll then have to guess what it is our perk and quirk are.
And I would suggest if we're going to do more than one round, we do a blind round. We also do a round where the audience know, but the asker doesn't, because that's always fun.
Okay, all right. So, are you guys in? Are you feeling it? Reasonably? You're all eating, because it's lunchtime. Yes, excellent.
Good choice.
Excellent.
We're not allowed to eat on the street.
No food.
No eating near the equipment.
That's
all
said.
of our perks, actually.
All of our perks. We can survive without food.
No, my quirk's just really hungry.
12 hours straight.
Really hungry.
So, we all have our perk and our quirk. Lowri, in a Cilla Black kind of blind date style,
Okay.
ask away.
So, contestants, if you were given £1 million, what would you do with it?
And that's to contestant number
1.
Awesome. So, if I was given £1 million, I feel like the first place that I would go is like Ann Summers. I would spend probably all of my time and maybe all of my money in there just to just to get really sexy. And then, I mean, the thing is though that I don't know if my employer would absolutely explode if he knew. So I'm not entirely sure how well that would go down.
Thank you. Very interesting question. Oh, answer rather. Same question. Contestant number 2. Contestant number 2. Hi. If you were given £1 million, how would you spend it?
Oh, wow, okay. So there's quite a lot of, quite a lot of retro consoles out there, which, is not in production anymore. And I think second copies, I'd like to corner the market in one of them. I don't know, maybe own every single original Nintendo, just all of them. I don't mean like 1 or 2, just as many of them as I can, so that that's my console. That'd be pretty.
Okay, same question. Contestant number 3.
I definitely wouldn't have a bone to pick with someone who gave me £1 million. But I would probably spend it just going on holiday somewhere really, really warm, because I'd like that. Because I just really enjoy being on holiday somewhere really warm. That would cost £1 million to get there. It's going to be really good.
That was enlightening.
Thank you.
So, let's stick with the theme of holidays then. What would your ideal holiday destination be? Contestant number 2.
Well, see, the thing is that when it comes to holidays, honestly, a lot of the time it's taking me out of my comfort zone. So bizarrely, I think it was my ideal holiday, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my ideal holiday would probably just be a staycation.
Staycation?
I'd get in and I'd just work my way through my collection, I think, in chronological order. That'd be fun, or maybe order of date. It doesn't really matter. Just working my way through all of them and just getting, really.
Great. Well, while you deal with that, let's go to contestant number 3.
I much prefer a holiday. Although I'd like it to cost £1 million, I'm happy for it to be a bare bones kind of holiday. And
Hint.
And I just like to be somewhere, like I said before, somewhere warm, and that's it. By the way, my name's Jeffrey.
Nice to meet you, Jeffrey. Okay. Anyone got a question they'd like to ask? Please. No. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Contestant number 1, I'm so sorry.
No holiday for you.
Where would you like to go on holiday?
Don't know if I want to answer now.
Is this in character or just angry at me?
So I think where I'd love to go is just somewhere where I could just really strap on a really hot bikini, right down the beach, right on the seafront, and yeah, just sort of like hang around, or maybe you could go out to like a club in the evenings, like, you know, so it's sort of got the sea and the land, and you can just, maybe I could just put on like a really nice kind of like, I don't know, like a dress, or maybe like an evening wear kind of thing. Although, I mean, again, my employer, he usually gets really like heated about this sort of stuff, and he has a habit of just like going up. So I don't know if I'd be able to go.
He has a habit of what, sorry?
It just explodes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. My next question for you all. If you could teach the kids one thing, impart them one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be? Contestant number 3, let's start with you this time.
I'd teach them just to never worry about things and not sweat about it. And I definitely wouldn't have a bone to pick with any of them.
Awesome.
I might also maybe teach them to play xylophone on some of my ribs.
Okay.
That was subtle, I like that one.
Wow.
My name's Jeffrey.
I'm so afraid that I have no idea what everyone else knows. Okay, contestant number 1, to you, please.
I forgot the question.
I'm sorry, it was a really important one. If you could impart one piece of advice to the kids, what would it be?
It would be that, honestly, like, if you want to aspire towards anything, it's like amazing clothing. Like, that's where you really want to be. Forget about education unless it's in fashion design.
Okay.
Because it's really about just having that thing that just really, like, you know, really pops. That's what it's all about. But obviously, you know, make sure that your employer is okay with it, because mine is, he has an explosive temper.
Great. Contestant number 2.
What was the question, sorry?
The question was, if you could impart a piece of advice to the kids, what would it be?
Sometimes, you know, important things are going to happen in your life. And it's not enough to just, you know, press X to pay respects. Sometimes, you know, you've got to actually do stuff. And what you've got to do is you've got to
Donate to Mind.
Donate to Mind.
Donate to
exactly.
Mind.
That's what you need to do.
That's what you should tell the kids.
Press X to donate to Mind, and then actually like go on the links and do the actual thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I think you just got to take the world, break it down into levels, and then really just work your way through every single one. And it's an investment. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you should probably maybe, you know, play every single game there is, work through every single game, and then you're just gonna get better at life. So my advice would be play more games, all of the games ideally, and then all of your problems will be.
What a catch you are.
Have any of you guys got it? Do you guys know what you think? Hands up if you think you might know what each of ours is. There's a few people who think they've got it. Right.
Right, I've got a couple of guesses.
Good.
But I think
Hands up
Most-
at home as well, obviously, if you're watching on the Twitch
Most
feed.
importantly, which one of us are you going to date?
Oh, do I have to
Date first, then
that
who
first?
are you going to
Yeah,
tell us
yeah,
what
that's
you're...
it.
Out of all of us.
Out of all of these.
Inappropriate joke.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I won't. So,
Here we go. Who's it going to be?
Eeny, meeny, miny is
I'm
not
gonna
a
go
sufficient way of
contestant
picking.
number 3.
Aww.
Do you want to... All right. Well, have a guess
He's
at
on.
what you've won. And, and then I'll tell you.
The hot holiday sounded nice.
That's true.
Aw.
The hot holiday. Yeah, to be fair.
I think you're a skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Any idea? Yeah? Anything else that you...
Whether that's your quirk or your perk, I have no idea.
No, that is the question.
Yeah, kind of both. Yeah.
I have bones. Nice. Good job.
Please, good calcium intake.
Good
So,
calcium intake.
the trouble with mine is they're two that are quite very similar. So, my...
Are you an archaeologist?
You had them at skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't sweat, which is why I was so keen on all the holidays and trying to impart all that advice onto the kids. They shouldn't sweat about it.
I see.
And my quirk is that I'm a skeleton named Jeffrey. Why I wanted to get across that my name was Jeffrey and that I was a skeleton. I know about 2 bones puns, which I think I might have gone over the limit on the card. But yeah, so that's me. I don't sweat and I'm a skeleton called Jeffrey. There was something about I appear after eating special candy.
What?
I had
You're a skeleton named Jeffrey that appears after eating
Eating
special
no idea what that was. And the picture,
How are you going to do
I
that?
don't know. The picture's also got a limousine in it. Which
Yeah.
I don't know if I own
Oh,
the
I thought
limousine.
it was a harmonica.
Yeah,
I thought it was a harmonica as well.
I don't
actually.
know.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, that was me. You got
Oh, there we
you
go.
got like
you
half
did,
of it.
right
So
there.
yeah.
Simple.
Fab, I'm happy
job.
with that. Contestant number 2, are you like a narcoleptic archivist?
A narcolarchivist.
A narcolarchivist.
Or a collector of games?
Okay, you know what? You're pretty much there. So, like, my quirk was narcoleptic. I sleep frequently at random times. Attacks are usually not long. Emotions may cause them to collapse. Sometimes may hallucinate. I struggled to fit that in. I was asleep through most of it. And medicine is not effective, but doesn't really come up. So my perk is that I have every video game. I have the systems to play them. We'll let you play any game if you just ask.
So nice.
That's
Right.
good, yeah.
I get every new game and I can still afford to pay the bills.
Wow.
So I'm just saying,
It's the dream.
I was the catch.
That is the dream, yeah.
Reversal shocker.
The big switch around.
I mean, were you a fashionista porn star?
That's so tragic. What are you mostly into?
You're talking about
Clothes.
Mike's
What's your job?
character
I
here.
don't get to
Oh,
wear
his
clothes.
character.
Yeah. We are actually talking about the cards, Lowri. So, do you want to know? Do you guys know? Anyone have a guess? No? Okay. So, my perk was that I wear, like, sexy clothes. The entire time.
Fashionista.
All the time. So fashionista was pretty damn close. Yeah, so I'm going to give you that one for definite. And the other one is I am a minion of the nefarious Dr. Boom.
You know what? Good job. You did a really good job.
Which I really struggled with this one because I had no idea how I was going to give you enough clues without making a Minions reference.
Which possibly would have gone over my head.
Our date would really go with a bang.
Yay!
I should have had that card.
So those were mine. So,
Right.
nice. All right, so
Cool.
you guys, should we do one more round with someone else asking the questions? Who wants to be the question asker? Who's up?
That's a hard no.
Actually, why don't we ask the people at home?
Yeah.
So, who would you guys like to see ask the questions next? Hands
First.
up for Martyn. All show of hands.
You said the
No
people
one
at
was.
home. You're sending mixed messages, Mike.
People at home and people in the studio. You guys, I can't
Every
this as a-
single person in the world.
It's a homely place. So
You
yeah.
describe the audience as homely. You're 2 for 2. Come on.
Come on, man.
Horrible.
Anyone for Martyn?
No. Universal.
No.
Hard pass.
No.
That's just a hard no.
That's a hard no. So Alex, who wants to see Alex ask the questions next? There's a smattering
Everyone
of
wants to see
hands, and on the Twitch chat potentially in a minute. And who wants to see me ask the
Oh no,
questions?
yeah, that's a hard one.
There's another.
split between you
It's
and
sort
me.
of pretty split. Alex,
I think
ask
Alex.
questions.
Alex
says
ask
the chat.
questions.
In the chat, people have
Alex.
abandoned
So-
grammar.
Yeah.
Very
Alex,
enthusiastic.
ask questions.
Just so
Time,
that
It was too urgent a message.
It's okay. I have.
Alex, Martyn.
Oh no.
Alex, it's
yeah.
you, mate. Yes, Alex is going to be asking
I
the questions.
very much have just kind of pipped that one. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's almost like people realise I'm really bad at games when I'm not running them and have no idea what to do. So, this is our. Oh my God. I'm going to give you all a moment to read your cards and then for me to regret being in here. You're good?
Can I just confirm which camera's currently working? Because I'm going to have to. Right.
Mine is fantastic.
Okay. I will look.
Also, since we're talking to them, do we need to straighten this camera at all?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool. Right, in that case then, studio audience, TV lights, so excited. Some lovely, studly, etc. specimens, goodness me. I am going to start with, you want number 1, you want number 2, no, you want number 3.
Number 3.
I am going to start with contestant number 3.
Yeah.
Question for you, contestant number 3. If you could click your fingers and have the date of your dreams, what would that date be?
Well, you're Alex, are you? Just gonna get comfortable over here on the side. Yeah, that's roughly right. I would really like to just go out on the town and drive you around on my little mobile and I can wrap around you and we can just all drive around the town. Yeah, I think that would be lovely. I'm just gonna comfort myself on this particular surface for now.
I understand.
Drive around the town and just
Wrap your scooter around me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Not that I wouldn't want to run you over.
Right.
Just to confirm on that.
Just a light impact.
Okay. I like to make an impression.
I am tired of your jokes.
Good.
Contestant number. Contestant number 1. Yeah, same question. Perfect date, and you get it like that. What would it be?
Wow. What a day that would be.
I'm already scared.
Yeah. Well, I'd say zoo, but they frown on it if you take them home. So I think, do you know what? I'd take you to a pet store.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we could go get some entertainment later that evening with our new family member.
Oh.
And then I'd introduce you to my people's elbow.
Okay. Very threatening room. Also, very into commitment on one side of the room. That's fine. This is literally asking. It's not even the first date, it's asking about it. Okay, that's fine.
If it went well, you asked for the best.
Oh yeah, of course. And contestant number 2, please.
So, I mean, realistically speaking, our perfect first date, I feel, would probably be somewhere where we could just stare longingly into each other's eyes. I don't mind where we go. Just somewhere nice and chill, maybe with some candles. I mean, it might feel like I'm looking through you or possibly the wall behind you, but I'll be looking at you. I'll be paying utmost attention. The only thing is, if we could just, I'm not too big on animals. If we could just avoid maybe a restaurant. Maybe we stick with a restaurant, and then we'll just leave the animals.
Okay, cool. Wow, that was a really interesting
Animal zone.
Thank you so much to all of you.
Please.
So in that case, then, second question. I'm gonna go Empire Strikes Back for this. I'm going to a slightly darker place to see what kind of answers we get. Let's assume what's the one thing that I could do that would ruin a date. What's the worst thing that I could do that would just be like, you know what, this is not working. I can't do this. Question for number 2 first, please.
The worst possible date?
What's the worst thing I could do on a date?
Oh, take me to a zoo. I'd feel quite uncomfortable. I mean, I'm playing up a little bit just thinking about it. So I think maybe if we could just avoid the zoo, and then maybe we could go somewhere else instead of that. The worst place you could take me would be that. I mean, I might see sort of. Again, it might feel like I'm looking through things, but I don't. It's not me. Well, it is me, but at the same time, it wouldn't be because of you.
Oh well, thank you for the really heartfelt, sincere answer. I really appreciate that. Question to number 3, actually. Same question. What could I do to ruin a date?
I'd really hate it if you moped around, or if you really weren't a fan of Lionel Richie songs such as "Dancing on the Ceiling." Or if you didn't enjoy, if you just wouldn't enjoy getting really wild and running up and down the walls and stuff with me, if you just weren't enthusiastic at all.
Am I the one who feels like Ghost Rider, whose bike can go up walls, has had a massive budget cut? You know what?
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't cycle through all of these. Right, it's going to be so funny when it's like, yeah, I've got a dog. Okay, and number 1, obviously, you gave us such a wonderful first date, but how could I ruin it? Because I wouldn't want to ruin it.
I mean, I don't want to get personal, but you could bring this guy with you.
Wow. I mean, sure.
The things he has said about those wonderful animals. This is about us.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you would ruin a date. I mean, if you told me you just didn't want to get down and sweaty with my friends, if you didn't really want to get in there and pin them down, because how are we going to relate if you can't take part in that?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that ring the bell for our
Yeah.
relationship, really.
Also, allergies. That probably wouldn't work so well with me.
No, fair. Okay. Well, in that case, then, I mean, I've only really got one question left for all of you, which is, I mean, how do I put this? If having me as your date would tick one box in your life, what would you like for us to do together as a joint project? Like, longer term, not a date, you know, we're talking, we could have the rest of our lives together. If we had the rest of our lives together, what would we be working on together? Number 2, please.
Wow, this is quite intense
heavy
for a
stuff.
first date.
I am very stringent in my curation of dates.
If we're gonna go if we're gonna really do something, then why don't we just go? Why don't we pick a big project?
Okay.
You and me, like let's build a house
Okay, yeah.
in like Jamaica. That would
Yeah!
be. I mean, the thing
Okay.
is, could we just make sure that the walls are quite thick? Because I mean, otherwise, like I feel like I might just be able to. I might walk into them because I can't. You know, yeah. But the only thing
Maybe
is,
lead.
could we? Yeah, maybe lead actually. Yeah, that would
Okay,
work.
okay,
that would
okay.
work. Just as long as there aren't any wildlife.
Oh,
No
God.
wildlife.
As
no
far as I'm
please,
aware, there
go
are
for
no
it.
animals in
Remember
Jamaica.
the animal zone and the me zone. Animal zone and the me zone. But otherwise, let's really go for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like you want to live in a lead cage, and that's cool. Let's build a lead cage in Jamaica.
That's what all the cool kids are doing.
Yeah. Okay, question to number 1, please.
Okay, long term.
Yeah,
Wow.
long term.
Well,
What
first,
project?
obviously, you'd have to incorporate into my annual trip to pick up the new member.
Okay.
And, well, I've been thinking for a while of combining my 2 loves, so maybe we could train a pack of dogs. and
Okay.
Get them little spandex outfits.
Okay.
And see
Make
how they...
them fight.
Well, yes, but more of a spectacle than that.
Okay, right.
Pokemon.
I was thinking the exact same thing as well.
Thanks for that. Thank you so much. And last question is for number 3.
Well, Alex, you can consider this a pitch for Rusty Quill right
Wow,
now, which
okay,
is what we're going to do is we're going to film a fan movie of where Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm going to be the star because I've got
okay.
like particular talents that means I could probably do a good Spider-Man impression.
Okay.
But instead of doing the normal Spider-Man thing, he just delivers pizzas just on his little scooter the whole way through.
Okay.
There's some bits where he's like he gets off his traveling thingy and then just like delivers the pizza up a wall. It's like, there you go. It's like, wow, that was really fast and you're Spider-Man, and like that's the movie.
And obviously, if we were going to do that, we need a really big budget. Yeah.
we
obviously.
wouldn't, because I can do the special
you mean-
effects.
oh, you
I
wouldn't
can.
even
You wouldn't even need. I can.
But I mean,
can
what
make the
about
special
like
effects.
vehicles are very expensive. This is a
Already got one.
Wow, really? I did not know that.
Come with my own vehicle.
Goodness me. Okay, wow.
I'm just gonna stand over here. Just do this. If I'm off shot or not.
You can just decide
See,
between us.
the
you
studio
just-
audience
and then there we
is
go,
a
that's
hot
it.
mess. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
There you go.
you know what? I mean, you've all given me so much to think of. But I think, you know what? Thanks so much.
Well,
But
folks.
I
Can I
really.
just...
I mean, those are some pretty impressive guns, but I think I'd really like to live in a lead-lined cage in Jamaica. It's going to work for me.
Yay!
Been so happy together.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Okay, right.
So what did you win?
So that happened. Sorry, I got lost in a fantasy where we kill all of the animals in Jamaica and live happily ever after with lead poisoning. So, contestant number 1, you're. I'm going to go specific with this. Not only are you a wrestler or professional wrestler, you're a professional wrestler who wants a new pet at least every year or something like that.
You've seen all these
No,
cards.
genuinely,
That was...
you were really good.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm a professional wrestler,
Nice.
and I want to add a new pet to my house every year.
Oh, nice!
When I was a child, I wanted to be a wrestler.
Oh, I want you to know that, like, yeah, professional wrestler who's into animals, like, quite the catch. You just terrified me. You're just really
I was
scary.
really strong.
Okay, so I'm going to go for number 3 because I'm going to get to my catch last. So number 3, if I had to guess, you see, here's the thing. Your perk and your quirk basically combine to, you're clearly Peter Parker. Yeah. However, in real terms, I'm guessing maybe it separates out to you really, like, you're a pizza delivery person who can climb the walls, or is it literally just Peter Parker?
So they can walk on any surface. I can walk on any surface, clearly, and I only drive a moped. So
I can climb walls, trust me.
I can climb walls. It's just like yeah, exactly. So it's like I have this amazing talent, but I'd rather just drive everywhere on a little moped.
So you're just a really lazy Peter Parker.
Yeah, basically.
You just Peter Parker's like, I can't.
The worst Spider-Man
I'm
of
so
all.
tired.
It's a bit like the ultimate Domino's delivery job.
Yeah.
No, we can't use pizza. You're like, let go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what the pitch for Ultimate 3 would have been.
So my catch, briefly, I thought you might be Superman, and I was on that. But in all seriousness, I don't think that you're Superman. I think your quirk is that I think you can see. You can definitely see through walls. Like, you've definitely got X-ray vision. But the issue, I've got 2 quirks here because you can see through walls, but you're also like either like really allergic or really afraid of animals. So like one of them has to be an identity. I'm not sure. Like you're either Superman who's allergic to animals, or you're
Rather than rocks.
Than rocks, yeah.
or you are some kind of.
Man, I'll be honest. To be fair, you've got them both. So I am allergic to animals.
Okay, yeah.
And I have X-ray vision. So yeah, you absolutely smashed it.
Which one's the person?
Neither.
That makes
Neither
no
of them
sense.
are me. I am just this immortal material that doesn't actually.
Well, thank goodness that we have all of those years in the cage in Jamaica.
Yeah, I know, to
work
celebrate
through
all
these
of this, yeah, and work through the
Did they do a
issues.
good enough moped impression?
You know what? It's really good.
Get that.
The only reason I'm annoyed is that I didn't record it as Foley.
Ah, man.
We'll get you to do it anyway,
Marco's
so
got
it'll
it.
be
So
fine.
Marco is our sound engineer for the day,
yeah.
everyone. He's
Thank you
standing
very
at the back
much,
over
Marco.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice one. And yeah, so he's probably recorded it for you, potentially.
good.
Nice, yeah.
Glorious.
All of the weirdest sounds, that's what we'll need at the end of
All
this.
right
It's
then,
going to be
guys.
stereo as well.
Just before we start the next round, I have some news. Oh my goodness! So, in this stream, we have so far managed to raise over £1,750. So, big applause for everyone who's donated so far, whether you're at home or in here today. That's amazing. That's amazing. So we're nearly halfway through our donation budget for the day, or our donation total. So keep the money coming in if you can. This whole thing is for Mind, and we're here to support them today. Right, are we ready for another round?
I refuse to date anyone else. I have the perfect partner, so.
I don't mind asking questions.
All right, Martyn's asking the questions. You got
Gave her
2
2
quirks.
quirks.
You got 2.
That was a
the
test.
2
You
quirks.
passed.
Well,
The
you
quirks
can
ones say quirk on the back, and the perks ones say
say
perk
they
on the
do
back.
actually say those 2 things.
Is quite.
Similar.
It was
The
me
font
thinking
is
it was the other way around.
suffice to say the same.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to change up the ordering as well, because it's from my perspective. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right.
So
And remember, guys, if you think you know what it is,
then just swap it.
stick your hands in the air. Or if you're in the chat at home, stick it in the box down here. We are watching. I can see.
Okay. So this is a thing.
Am I allowed to look?
Everyone got some vague improv ideas.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
I feel like yeah.
So I live my life a lot through video games. Which video game is most similar to your life, and why? And that goes to contestant number 1, Alex.
Well, I would have to say that Fable is clearly the game for me. The reason being that, you know, when you go through Fable, you are the main character of that story.
Yep.
But more importantly, you can get married. And when you get married, they are also the main character. This world revolves around them. They walk down the street, people go, what a married couple. Mr. and Mrs. Protagonist, or Mr. and Mr. Protagonist. Doesn't really bother me. But, yeah, I'd say probably Fable, although there's a lot of, like anti kind of animal things in there, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an advocate, I'd say, but I definitely, I'm not okay with, I mean, the animals are literally singing our love from the trees. Why would we go after them, you know? I think that was pretty transparent.
Good.
Also, hello to everyone on the Twitch chat. We can see you tweeting. You're tweeting us, and you are saying hello. So, hello everyone who's at home. We are here. We are watching.
Good. Contestant number 2. What video game is most like your life and why?
I'd say the game that really sort of summarizes me is probably Fallout 4.
That's very sad.
I feel that really. Do you know what? Also, if you wanted to like come round to mine sometime,
Yeah.
we could play like Fallout together. I got this really great place. It's like it's like just a room where I keep all my stuff in there. You know,
Sure.
like food, water, rations, provisions, those sorts of things.
Right.
And also, I mean, we wouldn't even have to turn the lights on. I've even got a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Which will help us to be able to see.
Good. I'm sure we'll find out about that in a minute. Contestant number 3. What video game is most like your life and why?
Well, is there one about witch hunting? Because that's been...
I guess The Witcher.
The Witcher? Right, yeah. The Witcher. I've actually spent a lot of my life campaigning to help raise awareness for...
Mental health.
Donate to Mind.
Physical attributes that
Yeah.
people have that
Right.
doesn't make you a witch, people. And I refuse to get rid of it.
Right.
Refuse. Decline. Won't do it.
Excellent. Right. Next question. We've already heard about money this evening, but I'm gonna ask about money again. Actually, no. If you had no money whatsoever, how would you deal with that? Contestant number 2.
If I had no money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I've got quite a lot of things put away, so I think I'd be all right. I think I'd be okay. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like as a person, I feel like I really sort of like glow. So I think, do you know what? I would be just fine.
Right. Good. Contestant number 1.
Oh, well, fiddle-dee-dee and folderol, I could live without a bankroll. I reckon, people would look at us and they'd just be like, there's a handsome couple, as birds alight upon your shoulders. And they'll go, oh my goodness, the prophecy is foretold. That's a couple that will echo down the ages and into the storybooks. They'd give us anything that we want. So honestly, I wouldn't particularly worry about it. Also, I've forgotten one of my cards. But I would have to say that also, if things got really dire, the entire kingdom is donating to our love, and we're still strapped for cash, I'd probably make both of us give up razors. I mean, that'll probably save some cash. What do we really use them for?
Oh, exactly.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, this doesn't happen naturally. You've got to work at this,
Good. Contestant number 3, you've got no money. Go.
Well, worst comes to the worst, I can feed 3 people at the same time, so that'll be okay. And
Good.
I'm really pleased I got this card. I think we could probably use my dictionaries to just build ourselves a house.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That certainly
read
doesn't
in front
spell
of that.
trouble.
Oh yes! Oh my goodness.
Good. If we were to get an animal in, say, the first time we moved in together, I know this is moving very quickly, what animal would it be and why? Contestant number 3.
Well, I've always liked dogs,
Okay.
canines.
Good.
Bitches are the female version
Yeah.
of dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs come from wolves.
They
That's
do.
their history.
Right.
Yeah,
It's all right, Twitch. Don't worry, it's fine. Don't ban us.
Oh, yes.
It's all right.
Soz.
Oh, that's okay then.
Everything's fine now. Yeah. We've made up with the internet gods.
Yes, but the words. I'm more, more into the words.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right. Good.
Full stop.
Contestant number 2.
Sorry, what?
Which animal would we get together as our first pet and why?
Well, do you know what? To me, I don't really mind. I'm a big fan of dogs, so maybe we could just get like a really nice, like a dog, like maybe like an Alsatian. And then like that...
Name it some inappropriate name, like dog meat.
Like dog meat, yeah, exactly. And then maybe, you know, we could just like, I don't know, because I feel like that kind of an animal would be, we'd have to take them for walks, but, you know, that space that I've got, well, I've actually got some dog food in there anyway, and it's big enough to walk them around in it.
Good.
So
And if we got a dog, would you be able to walk them at night easily?
Oh yeah, massively, yeah, because like, I feel like I'd be led by my heart in the direction that whichever we wanted to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Contestant number 1.
Well, let me tell you, if we were going to live happily ever after, I don't even think we'd need a pet. I mean, if we had to, I suppose I'd probably get myself and yourself together forever. The most adorable puppy you can imagine. Something small, something sweet. Something long-haired, but not too long. Something really lustrous in look. And then I'd spend the evening grooming the puppy. You'd spend the evening grooming me. We'd both share the dog shampoo because I find it works so well pretty much everywhere. And we'd slowly, for the rest of our days, you know, echoing down the ages, we'd groom one another into lustrous shine.
Beautiful.
Lustrous shine.
Lustrous shine.
I want to date. Who? I've asked 3 questions.
Oh, actually, wait, before you do, who's got it? Who's got our
Who
cards?
reckons
Who's
they've
got
got-
Lowri's? Hands up.
No.
Who's got mine? Who knows what
reckon
mine is?
I
People at the
reckon
back.
I've got Mike's.
Who knows what Alex's is?
Lustrous shine.
A couple of people. Twitch chat, possibly. We'll get them in a minute.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Cool. I'm gonna date the guy with a fallout shelter who glows in the dark.
I can't
which I
believe
think is Mike.
Yay! I've been dating twice. Oh my goodness.
You don't know what you missed out
I,
on.
I feel like I don't. Like you hit the nail on the head there. Is that right, Mike?
It's very, very close.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna give it to you.
All right.
So this was quite a tricky one for me. So the first one is that I have the ultimate doomsday bunker.
Oh, nice.
Right, yeah.
So basically a fallout vault. So it's got a lifetime supply of food and water. It's got space. It's got clean air.
Oh, cool.
Everything that the
I
paranoid
thought that was
person
your
could ever
quirk.
want.
I thought you were just like hella paranoid.
No,
but
that
yeah,
is
no.
the perk.
Good.
Better than how I live now.
And then
So, and the quirk is that I have a heart that glows like an alien.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
That's not a quirk. That just shows how much you love people.
It glows when emotional. It's got a nightlight amount of brightness, so it's like
Okay.
you know, it's nice, and I can't control when it glows, but it could become a lantern if ripped out.
That is what it says.
That's exactly what it says.
That's brilliant.
Beautiful.
That's so good.
So Martin, don't dump me, yeah.
Right, no. Contestant number 3. Are you a witch who loves dictionaries?
No.
No, alright, go on.
I have 3 nipples.
Do you know what? Actually, yeah.
That's really good. You're right. I did.
Really good.
was
I have
really
a
good.
huge vocabulary, which
Right.
Lowri, do not. So I was like, oh, great.
That's the difference between character knowledge and player knowledge.
Glorious. Alex, are you
Go
kind
on.
of ye oldie storyteller who really wants to get married?
So, our union was foretold in fable. All in the land know of our love. Bards sing stories about us. Animals and nature even take notice, and we will live happily ever after.
Beautiful.
My quirk is
That was a perk?
my body is covered in fur.
Oh.
I'm fully covered in short dog-style fur. It's,
Right.
It's hypoallergenic, soft
see.
and shiny, but I will not shave.
Right. Beautiful.
Told you.
was
The
really
whole
lovely.
package.
Great.
Hairy and fictional.
Everything you could ever want.
I feel like I somehow managed to make the right choice.
One of our moderators has just said R.I.P. Tumblr.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, no, yeah, no, fan art, it's all gone.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
no.
yeah.
No fan art of this
Yeah, no.
hunk of
This is
fabled
never
love.
going to make it there.
Ah.
Hey, speaking of fan art, I'm wearing one of my fan art T-shirts that was sent in to me by one of our fans. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really like it. I really like it. All right. Okay. So, is it my turn to ask the
It will be your
questions
turn to
this
ask the
time?
I believe so, yes.
Flipping heck. Right. Okay. So, shall I dispense the perks and the quirks?
Yes.
There you are.
This is the discount
There's
file.
for you, Martyn. Here.
Choose wisely.
Okay.
You did not choose wisely.
You chose so poorly.
Right.
You all ready? You guys ready? You feel like
There's the sound of someone who's ready
Yeah.
right there.
All right.
Yes!
Okay, I hope you all are ready at home. Remember, if you do know what you think it is, chuck it in the chat. So, because I'm bad at this. So, if we were to go on a first date and we were to choose a restaurant, which kind of a restaurant would you choose and why? And that is to contestant number 1.
Okay, well, we might as well go to a loud place, because why waste it, you know?
You're me.
Just says Mike.
Oh, I see.
We cracked it.
Sorry. It's not actually, it's not because of my hearing. Funny story. But anyway.
Right, okay, sure.
And it would naturally be one that you really like. Just because I have ways.
A little scared, but otherwise it sounds good. Yeah, great.
You'd love it.
Good. Right, okay, so that's to contestant number 3.
So I would take you to centre of London and we'd go to the finest restaurant that I could find you, Zbin. And we just sit around there and we just eat everything that the other people just threw away because, like, why waste it? And then I'd probably talk to you while we're there about how, you know, all the things that need sort of fixing around the restaurant. And yeah, that would be our first date.
Great.
right,
So,
Sarah?
and that is to contestant number 2.
Well, I would probably take us to the Kawaii Monster Cafe because it's adorable. It's got adorable food, and it's just so pretty, you know. and you're pretty, and I'm pretty, and we could be pretty together.
I like it. All right. Okay. So, thank you very much, contestants. That was a really nice description of where we go for a first meal. But do you know what? After the meal, so after the meal is said and done, right? We're feeling like it's still early in the day. We want to move on to like another activity, something, you know, just to let the food go down, something nice and, you know, maybe chill, whatever you like though. Where would we go next? And that's to contestant number 3.
Well, I'd like to take you to maybe a building site, and then we could, you know, just like work on some of the walls, or maybe like put the electricals in, or, you know, understand some kind of really complicated contract law that would you know, need to be processed in order so that we could like get the building up and running, and then, you know, just eat a light snack that someone had thrown on the floor.
I like it. And so, contestant number 1.
Well, we could go to a karaoke bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we only need one mic, so that's great. We could sing duets. Yeah. Oh, we don't need one. Oh, great. You know, then we could go, I don't know, find some people you hate, and I can make them do stuff that's really embarrassing.
Cool. Okay. Oh, there's a voice crack.
Can I just say, he's crying? That's me.
Like you. Contestant number 2.
I mean, so once we've done the date, I think, you know, I get a lot of attention because people are always like, oh, and, you know, they think I'm adorable. So I think maybe we'd wax in Disney because everything there's so adorable that people wouldn't notice me. So we could spend the time quietly together.
It's a small world after all.
I'm so happy.
Cool. Okay. Do you know what? I am a big fan of all three of these suggestions, and I think that I think I'm getting to where my decision is going to be. But there's one last thing that I really need to know just before I can make my final choice, and that is, if you were to have one choice of anywhere to go in the world, just us two, where would we go and why? And we'll start with contestant number 2.
Well, I would probably find somewhere where it's so beautiful that we only really have each other, and lots of tissues and lots of water coolers, and we would just be happy together in a field with flowers and with little animals, and the animals would we'd keep them away because they would adore me too much.
That sounds lovely. Contestant number 3.
We go to a landfill.
Nice.
We'd go to a landfill and we would build our lives together out of it. And we'd have everything that we could eat and everything that we could ever dream of.
I mean,
I'm crying now.
You're so adorable, Alex.
these are actual genuine tears.
Hashtag real tears.
Well, that was yeah. So, contestant number 1.
Right. We would go to a shopping mall. I mean, because, everything we need is there, and people will just give me what we need, so we won't need to earn money, anything like that. And we can spend our hours just standing at the highest point. You can point people out, and I can, make them steal stuff for us. Only one at a time, though.
She's so scary. She's so scary.
She's trash.
Well, I'm terrified. Okay, so right then. Well, I guess I need to choose my date, but because this is a live stream, I'm going to do something a little bit unconventional. So, to the audience, hello everyone. Who do you think I should date? Hands up for contestant number 1. Hands up for contestant number 2.
Thank you so much.
Hands up for contestant number 3.
Yes!
Excellent.
3 people.
The Twitch vote is coming in a second, but I believe, unless Twitch has a severe problem with it...
Landfill 2018.
Alex 3-1. That doesn't help. Martyn.
Oh, the bee
Alex,
holding,
Alex.
thank you.
Martyn, Alex, massive wall of text.
I think it's
Alex. I'm gonna go with Martyn.
What am I?
I have to stop
You
that.
trash-eating. Kevin McLeod? I don't know. Do you build stuff? Are you a builder?
Correct. That's pretty much everything. So my perk is they are handy at building. Can design and I might have taken it a little bit far. They can build anything, have all the tools for any project, will build anything you want and works quickly, and only eats garbage. Doesn't make them unhealthy, wouldn't eat non-garbage, willing to brush after eating and save lots of money on food.
Nice. Oh, cool. Okay, nailed it. So, Alex, I'm going to come to you last, Lowri.
Alex, don't care about you.
Okay.
Because you're terrifying.
So,
Alex, you...
go on. What am I doing? You tell me.
I'm trying. You cry all the time. You have an emotional, sort of very visceral emotion reaction to everything, and you are incredibly cute.
Pretty much, by which I mean perfectly on top. So, can't stop crying.
Correct.
Due to a tear duct issue.
Oh.
This is not due to sadness. All day long, I don't make any crying noises, and I still stay hydrated. That's important. My perk was, I am the cutest thing alive. They look amazingly cute. They move in a cute way. They speak in a cute way, and will say "ah" a lot.
Aww. Oh, guys!
Yeah.
Man! Lowri! You!
I was a joy.
You were a joy. So, Lowri, you are very loud, and you are able to mind control one person at a time?
Bang on, yeah.
Nice.
Whenever they speak, it's like yelling volume, and I can't control it. I don't use my voice, and it's not caused by bad hearing. And I can use mind control, but only on one person at a time. I would never use it on you.
Well, that's
Yeah, and that's it.
Almost adorable.
almost adorable. Yeah, let's go with that.
Incredibly problematic.
All right.
Very Slytherin.
Man, so that yes, the crew is telling me things through the power of Notepad. So,
On-screen keyboard.
I'm afraid that is it for Billionaire Banshee. Oh my goodness, you guys enjoy that? What a game, right? What a game.
Wait. Just rotate the cast.
Well, they want us to rotate around.
Because they're bored of us.
Because we're boring now. So,
Exactly.
what we're going to do is we are going to swap over and we are going to get the very lovely Frank, who you guys might know from the Magnus Archives. We've got Ben Meredith and Tim Meredith coming in as well.
They're related.
They're related.
Oh my goodness, really?
Come on then, guys, come on down. Let's get you guys up on the show.
That's fair.
Do you want to carry on?
I'm going to stay because apparently I'm an
And they
expert.
say
in this
you
game.
carry on playing.
You're an expert, right. Okay, so I am going to go as soon as Ben, Tim, and Frank are here. But honestly, guys, I know we've been saying it a lot, but do remember this is obviously a charity live-streamed event. So, if you haven't already, might I implore you to donate to Mind, the mental health charity, because that is why we are doing it right now. Guys, I'm going to leave you in these guys' capable hands. Have fun. See you later, guys. I'm off.
All right, guys.
Hello.
How's it going? Does anyone want to ask the questions? Or does anyone want to... Should I ask the questions?
Yeah,
You guys have
start
the
us off.
questions? All right, okay.
I feel like you've got good taste.
You are wrong. Cool. So you guys get how the game works, where you each have perks and quirks. I ask you the style of
going
questions. Going well already. If there's anything in the cards that is problematic because we haven't screened anything,
I think I've
then
got
feel free to swap them out stealthily so that no one notices if you think that you can't do it for a family-friendly stream.
Yep.
That face looks like...
No, it's fine. I just
I-
need
I
to
would
say
like to read it,
quickly,
though.
just to see.
Well, definitely not.
Oh, no.
Real back.
Oh, goodness.
After...
Yeah.
yeah, we'll keep that for there. Cool. Better?
Yep.
Okay. So, what questions haven't we had yet? That's my normal run of questions. Ooh, the light's getting dark in here.
Get creative.
Get weird.
Ooh, yeah, I know. Fears, yeah, because we do horror podcasts. What are you afraid of and why? So 1, 2, and 3. Contestant number 1.
Oh, well, yes. It is such a sultry question. Fear. Oh. I think if I was
This is the
pushed...
Brexit version of the game.
I think if I was pushed, it would be agreement that I am afraid of. I feel that if I cannot be combative, if I cannot, take the sword of my word and point it in your face, then I cannot feel safe.
Oui. Contestant number 2. What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? Well, gotta say, pub quizzes. Especially sort of the modern ones.
Yeah.
They ask questions about things that, people expect you to know, and they're all like, oh, have you seen this, and have you done this? And then you're like, and it's just, honestly, give me a good old school pub quiz,
Yep.
where they're asking you about things that happened at least 50 years ago.
50 years. This is the Brexit version, isn't it? And contestant number 3.
Yeah, I'd have to say straight jackets.
Straight jackets.
It's like you're just stuck. You can't and like you can't move, but more importantly, you can't take them off.
Right, yeah.
How am I supposed to get out and be free?
Yeah.
And just like let myself go if I'm stuck in a straight jacket?
Right. Straight jackets, pub quizzes. Already forgotten yours. Excellent.
It is not important.
Something French.
Something French.
Well done.
Where would you take me on a first date? And that's for contestant number 3.
So beach in Barcelona.
Beach in Barcelona. Lovely.
You know, because you can just be yourself. You
Yep.
could bring your family even. We'd
Oh,
all go.
yeah, that's nice.
And it'll be lovely. And you
Expensive.
know, there's no, none of these body shaming. You know, you just
Yeah.
let your body out.
Yeah.
You just let it all out. You be yourself.
Yeah.
And it's Spanish, so there's no swearing or anything like
Oh,
that
good.
as well. You know, everyone's if they swear, you can't understand them. It's
Cool.
fine.
No swearing is a good card if it's in there. Contestant number 1.
Can you please repeat the question?
The question, if I remember it,
Whoa.
was where would you take me on a first date?
I would take you outside your comfort zone. I feel like for too long you have sat down here in your bubble. You are what we call from my homeland a snowflake.
Okay.
And so I will be taking you to somewhere where your views will be challenged.
Okay. Good. Contestant number 2. Where would you take me on a first date?
I would take you anywhere you wanted to go. Free transport, maybe it's a bit slow, but it is free.
That's
I'll
true.
take you, it'll be great. Don't care how large you are, you could be a giant. I'll get you there.
Yeah.
Not going to the cinema though.
Right.
Not going to one of these comic shops.
Right.
Not going to go and play any videoed games. Not going to do any of that. Maybe we'll go to a nice museum about ancient history.
Good. Glorious. If you were Prime Minister, what would be the one rule that you would enforce? And that goes to contestant number 1.
If I was your Minister Prime, then I would ask for your views. I would ask what it is that you want me as your, premier person to do. And then I would do exactly the opposite. And I would point at you and say, now, this guy's in charge. And then I would, have a bit of a sit down in a big leather wingback chair.
Glorious. Contestant number 2, your Prime Minister, what do you do?
I would ban the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone's just talking about Sergeant America and Mr. Britain. The Steel Man. I don't care about Beetle Boy, okay? No one cares about Beetle Boy.
Arachnid lad.
That guy too.
The little versions of the superheroes. Contestant...
Just as good as in a blind taste test, but much cheaper.
Contestant number 3. Go.
What was the question?
You are the Prime Minister. What is the one rule that you'll enforce?
I would unban the female presenting nipple.
Yes!
Just let it out. Just let all of the nipples out if you want to. Or, if you don't want to, you can cover them up. But, let them out.
Cool.
So that will go wild on Tumblr.
Rest in peace, Tumblr.
Cool. Which one of you am I going to date? I think I want the controversial Frenchman. I think that's going to be the best night out. I think one of your perks or quirks is that you are French, and I don't know which it is.
It is in a way, yes.
And but I also think, and the other thing is that you're controversial. You'll always, or contrary, you'll always do things to
that's
the
pretty
opposite.
close. So my perk is I have a sexy accent.
Yes.
Ooh la la.
It's interesting you didn't choose to use that card, though.
Sick
I'm here as a volunteer. And my quirk is that they have opposite political views from you. Snowflake.
Cool.
So yeah, pretty close.
Ben, you hate everything that's new, or you have views that are really old, and you love old. No, that's basically all I got. I'm sorry.
All right, so I did a good job.
Yeah.
I definitely focused on one part of it. So my quirk is that I have no pop culture knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
Never seen a TV or radio growing up. Don't know of any music, never seen that movie you love, and don't have much interest in it.
Right.
Obviously. But my perk is that I'm great at giving piggyback rides.
Where was that?
Come up. Carrying you to your first date, obviously. I think it's your fault that you didn't get that.
That's